Don't play games. I know you're listening. That's right, freak. It behooves you nothing to ignore us. Take a good listen. Quaff deeply from the trough of future shock. Allow that woolly brain to be stricken with envy. You are speaking to member 001. Our hack. Design. Chris. The other man is known as 002, the resident second black guy. Go ahead.
Pierre.
Pierre. Steins Gate has chosen Pierre. It's chosen.
Okay, something happened here that has never happened before. So, as you know, right? Like Tenet and Predestination. Chicken or the egg, which actually I'm gonna tie this back into it. Predestination. But Tenet and Predestination are the only two things I've ever watched and needed to rewatch to understand. And this was because the plots were just complex, like to me. Someone else might watch it and first watching got them. This, I had to watch this 3 times. And it wasn't a plot thing, unfortunately. The first time I watched this, Christian, I was so enamored by the dialogues, the vocabulary.
Right. Let's also preface that we're watching it in the English dub because I'm one of those people that I'm like, you gotta watch any anime in Japanese because the English dub it lacks this nuance that the Japanese voices capture. Steins Gate, I think, is the best English voice I've ever heard in any anime. So, and the dialogue is also so complex. To read it it's hard. It would be hard to read the things that he's saying. So that's why it's very good that we're watching in English.
No, man, this man has a way of embellishing like normal phrases. Like when like one of the phrases when what's some girl's name? Because this is episode 1, I gotta get accustomed to these people. Gina Mayuri, yeah, Mayushi, yeah, Mayuri. When she hands him a Dr. Pepper as he's sitting down, and he's like, to an exemplary IQ, this stuff is nothing short of ambrosia. Which he could have easily said, hey, I actually like the drink. But instead of complimenting the drink, his fucking goofy, of course, like he doesn't look like it's out of malice. His
he says things that are very it's very grandiose, right? It's very performative.
But it praises him. Not I like the drink. No, the drink goes with someone as intelligent as me. It's just I'm like, oh my god, bro. I'm like, that's something I would say. Like, I am that shallow.
I know you're a guy who loves like very extravagant words. So I need to go home with this guy.
Christian, billions. My friend was only walking on the streets when you arrest him. Officer, my beloved companion was simply gallivanting around the boulevard of your city. This is from Billions. Just all he had to say, officer, my boy was just walking. Chuck Rose, Paul Giamatti, Billions.
Of course, crazy. Milchek from
Devour Feculence.
He's one of them.
The wording is insane. It's insane. Really is. That intro? That intro is one of the many things that like caused my first watch to be so futile because I didn't understand the plot at all. I was just like, oh my god.
Scientists make very poor poets.
Woo! The good doctor, he in his unqualified hubris has broken ground on the invention of the millennium. Like, bro, yes, this doctor is telling us that he found out about a time machine. He's able to fucking create a time machine. But it's just sure. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm here for it. I fucking love it. John Teeter, when he caught that homeboy plagiarized, I wonder if you might indulge us with a brief overview of where your views diverge. It's not plagiarism? Okay, tell me something that contradicts what he said. Just shit.
Pretty much every line this guy says is like, you can write it down and sort of inspect it a little. It's fun. It's a really fun character. Like I remember when I first started watching the show, I was just in love with watching these characters interact because it's just so fun. It's so it's a joy to watch like the wittiness and the banter back and forth. And then Okarin or Hyoin Kyoma, he's nom de plume. He carries these interactions so well, and it's great because like this show, like for example, there's that moment where Mayuri got like a metal oompa, or she's by that gambling machine, and up until then it's like a very fun, lighthearted slice of life sort of vibe that you're getting from this, and then it's just cut by this blood curdling scream, and then he runs and then he finds like Makise, Kurisu, and she's dead and in a pool of blood, and it's like it does that. Like the show, it can like make you. It can give you this comfort that you just like watching these characters interact, and then it'll just hit you out of nowhere with like this, whoa, that's kind of crazy, or whoa, that's intense.
Yeah.
And that's one of the qualities that I appreciate about the show that showed up in this episode. It's like, it's just, I love watching it. I really do.
No, it's sick. It's sick. I told you, I texted you as soon as I watched it, like the second or third time. I was like, he reminded me of Leorio from Hunter x Hunter. Like, this is such strong vibes. I was like, I've seen someone like this before. Just minus the suitcase, minus the suit. Although he wears this scientist cape looking thing. But no. And his ability to what's the word I'm looking for here? Not pressure, to get out of a situation that's scary. Like, okay, I'm referring specifically when Makise Kurisu first dragged him out of the Dr. Nakabachi's lecture. He's freaking out because he knows he's never seen her before. But the way he played it, not he's never seen her. He's like, you're the publicist. He must have like read about her or something. But it's like, yeah, you were trying to tell me something 15 minutes ago. Like, wait, what's going on? No, you're kidding. You're not gonna get me this time. But he's actually freaking out. The reason we know he's freaking out because once he outrun her and go hide, he's like, oh my god, what the fuck's happening? I would have remembered. But just to show you that he's someone who's able to play like in the middle of like danger to not look like he's scared. Like he acted like a total goofball. Just like me.
Just like you.
It's wild.
This guy's a spirit animal.
No, I was like, that's like a skill. Yeah, because there's no other way to minimize the impact of a surprise than to play along or even play stupid or even play like you're not going to let the person get in your head. Like, oh, you're trying to trick me. You're not going to do it. Oh, my phone. Yeah, only I can hear it. Oh, you must be a double agent. Oh, it's fine. Well, you're not going to get me now. I'm like, that's pretty sick. And his conspiracy against the organization, which I don't know what the organization is.
It's just like something he makes up. It's a fake group that he pretends is chasing him.
Oh, is that a spoiler, Christian?
No, it's not. It's because that's why like when she picked the phone and she was like, it's turned off. Like he's just pretending. Like it's part of his thing, his showiness. But it's not a spoiler.
If it's pretending, there's a lot that goes into pretending because the organization, even the first scene when he walks into the lecture, he's like, the organization scent is all over this.
Yeah,
when that's a joke.
Yeah, because like, you can picture it though, right? Like you could get how he's being crazy when he says that kind of stuff. It's like he's just he's pretending he's the main character of this movie, or not. Well, this isn't exactly what he's doing, but he's giving off that impression of like he's just pretending.
Huh. But he does this alone though.
Exactly. That's what makes it funny, because like he's just like a loony guy. He's a goofball.
Like the landlord, he's like the landlord that's joined the enemy. The guy who couldn't, the guy who they traded the microwave. He's like, the organization must have gotten to him. Huh. I thought this guy really think he's being chased. So this guy is not being. Oh, okay. Okarin is out here just doing Okarin stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the second time I watched this was to understand the plot. I'm like, okay, yeah, I got it. The third time I watched this was the times. Like, because when you look at his phone, the date is there. So I was like, okay, where was this guy at in the beginning? Okay, so it confirmed. It was June 28, 2010. When Mayushi texted him while he was about to fucking call out the doctor for being a plagiarizer or something, if that's a noun, for plagiarizing. She was like, hey, I lost my metal oompa. And on his phone, it was June 28. July 28, 2010. I was like, cool, okay, so the 28. Now, the frequency cuts, the phone jams, seem to happen ever since the satellite hit, or ever since he went up on that roof. Like before the lecture started, when they first heard something, he went to the roof and there's some guy waving, like, it's not waving, it's almost like what these people do in helicopters or planes are landing or it's taking off. My interpretation, I don't know. Yeah, like his phone jammed there. His phone jammed again after he escaped from the publicist. Jesus, their names are so long. Makise Kurisu, right? His phone jammed there again, and the phone jam again before he sends out that email that, hey, homegirl just died. I don't know. I think there's a link there, but to fucking sum it all up, I don't want to sum it all up. I actually want to go through this fucking episode. This shit was actually sick. This is what I think is happening, Christian. From only episode 1, you've seen the whole thing, so it is what it is. I think this is like predestination, like the chicken or the egg. I think her saying, hey, 15 minutes ago, you were trying to tell me something. I think the end of episode 1 is him about to try to tell her the thing. I don't know, because my second favorite movie of all time, Predestination, that's literally like the plot is just this continuous loop of the main character bumping into the main character.
Who knows?
But
who knows?
I don't know. I'm here for it. And the time traveling too, that's another thing too. He has the memories of that 7/28, of that July 28 after the crash. It's like he was transported back into the same day, but everything that led up to 7/28, he doesn't remember. It's almost like, Christian, if you're taking back in time and they kill the you in the past and drop you from the present. No, like you time travel, but you kill Christian and take Christian's place. For that reason, you don't have Christian's memories. You have futuristic memories from where you come from.
Right.
So I think this is why he can't remember, right? Because on their timeline, according to his friends, Dr. Nakabachi's speech never happened. Why? Because it got canceled. Why? Because the crash already took place. The crash already took place. Mayushi can confirm with him. We went outside to check it out. Both of us. You even said the organization did this. They have different memories. like their past doesn't correlate with his because he's not from that past. And I just I don't know. I fucking love that. I fucking love that shit.
Very interesting. And what do you think about the that moment when the city went blank, like when there was nobody there?
Yes, that's another thing that's happening too. It's almost like another movie reference. Fuck, Christian. It's almost like the Eternal Sunshines of the Beautiful Wonderful. Wasn't it? I can never remember the name of that movie.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
the way you can always remember it is like fascinating to me.
It's in my head. I won't forget it.
Yes. You know how when Jim Carrey was losing his memories, things were going blank.
Yes.
Like maybe this is what was happening as to undo what you just saw because it didn't happen or they're about to happen a different way. That crash is going to happen, but you're not going to hear that crash from inside a building about to ambush a fraud professor. No, you're now going to hear that crash from your apartment and you're going to run out, which one of your roommate or my Mayushi. I think that's what it was, just erasing what he already saw, but he saw it anyway. I'm just spitballing here. That's what I think. Because that same blank screen happened at the end. At the end, when the elevator door opened up, he see the publicist that he once saw die, sees her standing, which is even weirder because the friend is aware that he's dead because the friend, the hacker, said, yeah, you sent me that email last week, tell me about her death. So she is dead in that universe. But he just saw her. Is he time traveling again? Is he about to meet her to tell her something and then he's not going to be able to finish telling her and then she's going to run after him and say, hey, I need you to remember 15 minutes ago you really look like you were trying to tell me something? Bro.
Yeah, I can't speak on anything because it's I mean, it's a very tricky thing to talk about, but there are definitely elements of time travel going on here. 100%.
When done right, I fucking love it. This is why I love Predestination so much.
And this show does it right. It does.
Netflix has this. I gotta find this. Netflix has this movie, Christian. 3 black kids. Crazy. Time traveling. It was a shocker. Like a black movie that's not about gang or trauma or violence. Like smart black kids with time travel. See You Yesterday. Yes, the movie's called See You Yesterday. Christian, I would recommend you watch that movie. But anyway, the whole plot of See You Yesterday is them trying to go back in time to stop something from happening. But they deal with the time traveling so well. Like they deal with all the imperfections, all of the all the complications that involves with time traveling so beautifully in that movie. See You Yesterday. But yeah,
I mean, it sounds familiar. When did that come out?
2019. Okay,
I feel like I've seen either a trailer or I remember something about this that stood out to me, but I don't. It's been a while, so. But yeah, sounds familiar.
No, when time traveling is done right, it's beautifully done.
And it's hard to do it right. It's very easy to write yourself into a loophole, or write yourself into a plot hole. And if you don't explain it properly, and it's an extremely hard thing to explain. Like we don't even understand. Like it's just the nature of it is a paradox. So if you don't handle that paradox in a way that makes sense, without being like an expert on time travel, then it's hard. That's why one cool thing about these shows and these TV shows that do time travel, the ones that do it well, is that they are able to not go so deep in the rabbit hole, but deep enough where things still make sense, right? Because if you go too deep, you go too deep and things start to get really hard to explain. So, but it's hard to find that line between just enough and too much
Yeah.
before it gets like overwhelming.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's hard to do, but this show does it well.
Yeah, I was hooked. I was hooked from like second one. Like the universe, this universe truly infinite. It may not have an end, but it definitely has a beginning. And component parts definitely has a limited cosmological shelf life. Bro, like Jesus.
And
Which is so true.
What did you think of the specific imagery they chose to show? They were showing power lines as that was happening. What do you think? Or if you have an opinion on that. What do you think that might represent? It was a bunch of wires.
It was a
They were
bunch of
tangled
wires.
and messy and just all over the place.
Huh.
Maybe some food for thought as the episode
Yeah.
goes on. And also the connection to, like, you know, you were talking about texting. These signals travel across these power lines. It's from electricity.
Interesting. I do not know, actually. Huh.
No.
That is actually sick. Can't think of anything right now.
This art style too, for me specifically, it's very nostalgic. Like this is an era of anime where these worlds, at least from the ones I watched during this time of like 2010, these worlds felt so immersive. It felt like they exist and we were taking a camera and we were just pointing it at this world. It doesn't feel like it was, you know, drawn or whatever. At least to me, the whatever art techniques, whatever camera techniques they do here, the world feels so like you could reach inside and feel the air. At least this is what I'm getting out of it. And yeah, I mean this 2010, that's very close to when Hunter x Hunter came out too. Hunter x Hunter, the first episode came out in like 2011. Attack on Titan, that came out in 2013, the first episode. So this was during probably what many would consider
anime.
Well, many would consider it like one of the golden ages of anime, maybe, because there was so many great. Well, maybe it would be like from 2010 to like 2016. That's like when some really good stuff came out then. But yeah, the art style of this, I love it, and there's no way if we watch this in Japanese, even me as somebody who has watched a lot of anime, therefore I've read a lot of subtitles. There's no way I can read this and appreciate the visuals at the same time. There's just the words that they use, or that Okarin uses, is just too complex to, and the subtitles go by so fast. Because I tried it, because I was curious to hear what he sounds like in Japanese, and the subtitles just go by way too quickly, and the dialogue is too intricate. Like you need time to process what you're reading. When you're hearing him speak, it feels very like it's easier to process what he's saying. So, and I like also how you have Okarin, this guy who's extremely intelligent and uses these crazy and verbose words, and then you have Mayuri, like an extremely simple character, like who is a woman of very few words, and she's very bubbly and like innocent, and like kind of she's giving off like not intelligent vibes. And then you have Daru, which
Hitaru?
Daru. Yeah, Hitaru. Well, I think because they refer to him as Daru, so the resident.
It
hack.
is.
He's like in the middle. Well, he's closer to Okarin. Like he's able to keep up with him, especially like when he bites back with his witty lines too. So it's great. I love this trio and this dialogue.
There's this scene in the apartment when Mayuri was like, "Hey, maybe we should chat with one of your girlfriends." And
Your 2D girlfriends.
Your 2D girlfriends. He specifies like, dude, right? He's like, no one wants to discuss your den of iniquity. Like, bro.
The way he says it too. It's like it's not just the words. It's his tonality. It's everything about it.
But I guess that's props to the translating actor, or if that's a thing.
Actor.
The voice actor. Yeah.
Yeah. This would. It's hard to. Because they have to match their
what's
words.
already made. Yes.
Yeah. And what's already made. Yeah.
And Japanese. Yeah. Yeah. Match the word in the body language.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually hard to do. Yeah. That's actually that's not one take. And for people to do it in one take, I don't think that's one take. I mean, if you're reading the script, you see words. I don't know.
No, because for me, I'm such a stickler for voice acting. Like, I can really hear the slightest of differences between every point in a sentence. So the way he has so much control over his voice, yet at the same time it sounds like he's just letting himself go. It's fascinating to listen to, because that, I think, the this caliber of voice acting, I think many people could just understand it, that this is like in a different league than like an average voice actor. Like this is someone who gets it. Like they get what it means to embody a character and to make it sound natural, especially when it's a really complicated character like Okarin.
Yeah,
that's not easy to do at all, and it's a testament to how great of an actor that he is, that he can do that.
That is true.
Because you've never listened to the, for example, an anime you've seen, Attack on Titan, like the English dub of that. It's not as good as the Japanese. It's really not. Like the guy who plays Eren, I mean, it's okay. It sounds like he reminds me of like a kid trying to sound angry, but it doesn't
genuine.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like an angry kid. If there was a kid pretending to be like the main villain of a show, you could imagine like this quirkiness that comes with how he says things or how the kid would say things. Like that's the vibe I'm getting from the Eren voice actor. And when I get these, like getting that kind of vibe throws you off. It takes you out of the immersion. I mean, I've looked into how voice acting happens, especially with like anime, and it seems like for the English dub, if you put aside the fact that the voice actor themselves might not be as good, sometimes also the circumstances don't allow them to really showcase their talents. Like for example, for anime in Japanese, I'll take One Piece for example. One Piece is a show where characters are like, there's many main characters in One Piece. You have all these characters interacting with each other. They're bouncing off of each other, making jokes with each other. And in Japan, all these actors are in the same room for the most part. So if someone says something, you can feel the natural timing to like jump in there, or it feels very natural.
Yeah.
But in America, these voice actors, there could be, if we take the same characters, one person could be voicing them, but they're alone in a room, and they have to just like sort of infer the timing, and everybody's inferring the timing, so it gives off this like artificial
the jail is
vibe.
not as homogeneous. I understand.
But with Steins Gate, it feels like that is absolutely not the case. It feels like they are all in the same room at the same time, and they're just good actors. They're just fantastic actors, for sure.
No. It was pretty good. It was actually very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's hella wording. The hacker too. Hashina Hitaru. Over time, I'm just gonna know these people by first name. This was only from episode 1. It's like one of his.
They usually shorten it, so like we'll just call him Daru.
Yeah, this was just for the intro to the llama guy and us. That's why they all went by their full government name. Well, he introduced all of them by their full government name. It's hilarious. Some of the conversations he had with his 2D girls. He was like, if the world is just a high-res RPG program created by higher intelligence, like if this whole thing is a simulation.
Do you know what RPG is?
No.
That's like a role-playing game. So if I don't know if you're familiar, right? With like in a game, sometimes you could be a mage, you could be a warrior, you could be an assassin.
Like Dungeons and Dragons or something.
I think that idea might be a derivative from Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, it's that idea where like you could pick a class and then you can boost your stats as you play the game. So like if you pick a warrior, your strength stat is probably going to be higher than like your intelligence stat or your stamina or your health, like that kind of stuff. So that can often be comparable to life, because it's like you're born as a person and you have these series of stats that you increase as you live your life. Yeah. So that's kind of that's basically the idea of an RPG. You're always increasing your stats and you're a certain class and everything. So it's like it could all be said that we are an RPG. So that's kind of what he was referring to there. Okay. And he's a gamer. He's a hack. So and also when you probably missed this, but when they showed the llama on the screen, there was like a little health bar underneath it. Yeah. So yeah, it's just gamer talk for that part.
Okay. He Okarin said something, and then of course he had a snarky response, and he was like, one of these days you'll despair to have missed even the least of my utterances.
Utterances, yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ. Just you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Like all this crap shit. Like no, you actually I'm like, dude.
It's so
why
good.
word it that way? I'm in awe. I'm like,
so good.
This is like Mario from Schitt's Creek.
And he just doesn't let up.
Yeah.
He just keeps it going.
It's like, oh my god. I'm like, all right, bro, we get it. We fucking get it. I like it. No, so far I like it. It's getting serious because, shit, if people are remembering shit differently, bro, something's happening. I don't like, does he have to save homegirl? I think he traveled back because the white screen. Because if she's dead in that universe or in that timeline or as of current, because the friend received the message he sent on July 28th on the 23rd, meaning it's been 5 days. The world must already know that this publicist is dead. So to open that elevator door and seeing her and to see how the screen goes white, I think he's time traveling again. But is he taking the friend with him? I don't know. I watched the second episode to see. They better start the second episode where they ended the first episode. I hate when shows do that. But I like the story so far. Time traveling, like heightened vocabulary. Yeah, those are all recipes for food that Pierre likes. But it is not bad, man. It is pretty sick. Oh, yeah. So little things, of course, they might be meaningless or they might not. When Okarin and Mayuri went to go get a new microwave or a new... Was it a microwave? What? No,
TV.
Because the TV wasn't working. Right, he took the TV down there. The guy told Mayuri, I don't know why you're not hanging around with smarter people. And Mayuri responded, am I saying her name correctly? Mayuri?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, she responded, I'm a hostage, you know? I don't think I could leave even if I wanted to. Or I don't think I really have a choice of leaving. She said that bubbly like she always does, you know? And she was watching TV, so she's distracted. But I'm like, what does that mean?
What could that mean?
And when she brings him, Okarin, the Dr. Pepper, he looks at her, and there's this flashback of her standing in front of some tombstone in a cemetery. I'm like, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, so far it's not bad.
This will be a good ride.
Steins Gate. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else.
Me either.
Somewhere else. All right. Bye.